So we're back, and this video will be the last of the texturing process, and we'll start with some front corrections. Repeating the process from the last video for the back elements. I decided to paint every edge to go with a full stylized look. And here's another wood detail on the metal. Thanks to the layers, we're able to quickly remove it and paint the edges again. Painting every edge, even the ones that are on the back. It blends nice with the colors we added when painting the base texture. Next up, the back element. I will add some more accents here and there. And when I'm happy with the result, I will change my brush to the one prepared earlier and use stencils again. I will also put a link to them, but they're not free this time. I'm sure you'll find other brushes or even make them yourself, because as you will see, I'm using simple shapes and some imperfections to make the still look better. I will add these dents in a few places, and I will use more than one texture to not repeat the same imperfections everywhere. You can achieve a texture like this using Voronoi with a color ramp. It will add some nice discoloration to the metal. This one is also similar to the Voronoi, but it's more dense and looks a little bit like a hammered surface, but I will use it only for some discoloration, just to have variety of colors. This time I'll try not to forget about any element that I can see, so it's good to work step by step rather than making it chaotic, but at the end it doesn't matter, you can still paint something later. To make the edges look uniform, I will add more white color to draw around the dents. I found a problematic area, as you can see, and I struggled to make it look good, but after switching to the metal texture only, I solved the problem using the smear tool. I tried to reproduce the noise pattern I added earlier, and the smear brush works great. Back to the edges and overpainting the dents and more details. You probably won't be surprised that I had to correct these faces again, but it was a quick fix. And I will jump into making leather because all of the elements will have exactly the same details, so I won't repeat the process over and over again. And take a moment to save all the textures maybe, because it would be a disaster if they just disappear now. So let's create another texture. I named it Leather Details 1 because you never know how many layers you will need. And I made a typo. I will save it with the normal name later. Let's connect it with all the textures and start painting. I will try some ideas before painting the details just to see if they will work or not. Sometimes it's good to have a plan, but sometimes the ideas are appearing while just trying different things. I'm trying different places to put dents and damages to the belt, but I don't like this one that much and I will paint it somewhere else. I will make another brush for leather details. It's totally not necessary, but you might change the settings for each material and it can be helpful. Next, I am creating a noise texture to make discoloration of the leather. Using color ramp to make it more sharp, because for now it's just covering the whole area I'm painting. I'm just using different colors again and painting over to make some imperfections. The transitions are a bit too hard, but I will use the smear tool again. Darker color under the beads will look good, and I will repeat the process for the other side. The light was a bit too bright here and the darker color was only visible when I rotated the view. That's why I'm painting this area over and over again. After discovering that I had to rotate the view, I quickly used the smear tool and the area under the bead looks fine. I wanted to use lighter colors to create effect of the worn out leather in the places that it is used the most. Some highlights again, but they will work as the worn out effect too. And I think it looks good. Now we will create a metallic map for our model. I will paint the metal elements white as we want them to be metallic. I decided to go with a grayish color for the metallic because it just looks better. It is a stylized model, so the metallic value can be cheated a little. And lastly, some details for the glass. It's not really necessary, but let's paint some colors here too. In the meantime, I created a glass brush just in case. That will be the last texture, so let's connect it to the rest. I'm changing the lighting to see how it's gonna look like and just painting lighter and darker strokes. I added details like this on the base map, but now I will paint some more just to make it look more interesting. I like this smeared look, so I'm adding colors and I'm using a lot of smear tool. And some swirls and a pretty nice effect. And the whole model is finely textured. In the next lesson, we'll add some more details in the shader editor, use some procedural textures for the leather, and make the finishing touches.